boys in Rwanda these days, they sing about romance like they are gurus on romance. Guess who is in the studios with me? I have the most funny people in the country. And that is, he calls himself Mika. Mikaire Sengazi. Is that the name?
Yeah, well, actually, yes, the full name is Michael Sengazi, but Mika they shortened it.
Who shortened it?
My mom, because it's easier to beat me with it, because see, here's the thing: when you're beating a kid, you have to go like in a certain rhythm, like you have to hit like umva Michael. If it is like umva Mikael, it is too long, like umva Mika. Aha, now that fits. So they shortened it now. Caught up with everybody, and everybody calling me Mika, however they feel like it. Yeah.
Nice. Michael Sengazi is in the studios, and also Babu, familiar voice, Good morning.
Good morning, African Sun. Glad to be with you and Kigali in the morning, man.
Is you call yourself Babu Joe?
Yeah, man. Because my name is John, and Joe is actually like a short form, right? Like it's for like everything. John, Jonathan, Joseph. Call yourself Joe.
I just realized it right now. I've known this guy for 30 years.
but
and I just realized, because I would call him Babu Joe.
Yeah,
and I know his name is, I knew his name was John. There's those guys in neighborhoods where you be calling them some names, and you never actually got to know their real names. And this is my friend, like one of my best friends. And I just figured out right now that Joe
is John.
Is actually from John.
But I knew it was Joe with Joe.
Yes, that's what threw me off, is the E.
And now he's John.
No E.
Yeah, but Joe, they pronounce it with the E though.
Oh, Joey.
Yeah, right.
Joey.
Yeah, like Joey. Like there's an E there. It's just there. This is grammar, guys. Like.
Okay, Jesus.
Like,
okay,
you should
Shakespeare.
get a refund.
Thank you, Shakespeare.
You should get a refund from your school fees because you guys were skipping classes.
Man, didn't study here.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start off with something we had here as a conversation in the morning. I was talking to Clutch, and we were asking, would you rather be adopted and have a better life or stay with a biological parent?
This guy didn't even wait for you to finish.
I love my parents, but yes. As soon as he said better life, I was sold.
He's like, would you rather? Yes, 150%.
I've already experienced my life, so I would like to, be adopted and experience. There's still time, so if there's
anybody interested,
family interested,
is anybody
I am
interested
willing.
In
Babu
adopting?
is willing to be adopted. He's already experienced his life, as he said. So his number is
The bad life.
What did you answer, Jesse? What did you answer?
No, I think I'd also I'd go for adoption if it's for a better life.
I mean, my life wasn't that bad. I mean, we weren't rich, but we weren't stinking poor and everything. So I would still choose my parents because my dad is the funniest brother I know. I mean, I don't know. I call my dad brother. But he's the funniest man I've known, and the whole family, huge family. I wouldn't trade him for nothing.
Yeah, those were the circumstances. But here, the options you have: would you rather be adopted and have a better life, or stay with a biological parent, even if things are tough?
Yeah,
you'd rather stay with your parent.
I'll stay with him, man,
and go through the hustle.
I'll stay with him and go through the hustle. Maybe I'll be the answer to the prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like Cristiano Ronaldo also was the seventh born and was supposed to be aborted. The father was like, please, not a seventh, please. We are not going to have another kid. The man is like, no, let's keep this one. Like, no. And then they ended up keeping it, and
that's a true story.
It's true story. And now it's CR7. So
CR the seventh kid. Wow, it's the first time.
Now you get why the seventh.
Now just like you experienced with Joe, now I get the CR7. He's the seventh kid.
He's the seventh kid,
and you're supposed to be aborted.
Yeah, they were like, no, this too many kids. We're not in a good situation. And then now he's the most followed person on IG, and he's a billionaire. He's well off. Maybe I would be the answered president. Yeah, I have faith. I believe, man. I know, probably the situation in that moment is not really, sexy at all. barely eating and stuff like that, you know, I'm already skinny, so
There's a
won't
saying.
be a lot of change.
There's a saying in the streets.
Yeah.
They say in the streets that if you're born broke,
Mm.
it's not your fault. But if you die broke, then
It's
that
all
is your
you.
fault. So I love where I was born. I'm proud of that.
But you don't want
And
that, bro.
you know, in life you have to move on.
Mm.
Just-
Yeah, you know,
life things change.
yeah,
so
you know,
you
and
need
parents
to-
always want you to be like on the next level, you know, better than them.
Yeah.
You have
Thank
to do
you.
better
I know.
than them and every
Yeah.
time, you know.
So I will get adopted, get a better life, and then
go back to them and give them a better life.
Think you crack the
their
code.
plan.
You two guys
Yeah.
are the most unemployable people.
My friend.
that is
Now-
the you know, he has a way.
he has a way of saying.
Complimenting you, but not like, you know, complimenting you.
I
at
don't
the
know how
same
to
time.
feel about this
Yeah.
because I know where you're going with this, and people here don't know. They're like, these guys are probably the most horrible people on the planet.
And he says it so beautifully.
He said,
and you're like, yeah.
guys be having like he be having that deep voice. You guys are the most unemployable people. Like he could tell you the most trashiest thing ever,
But
and
we
you
are
feel good about.
employable. Just
We are. We are.
You are?
It's just that, you know, when we pull, because, you know, disclaimer for people that don't know, you know, just little information. We used to work for Royal FM.
Yeah.
We used to work for Royal FM.
Beautiful,
Wake up at 5 in the morning to come and do the show in the morning.
Beautiful
I'd be having
times.
dogs in my neighborhood, you know, like
Okay,
running after me.
the actual
Hey.
question I wanted to ask is: you
Yeah.
guys are comedians.
Yeah.
What you still call your what you call the company group?
Yeah, comedy nights. Yeah.
Comedy
Comedy
Nights.
Nights
Yeah.
Limited.
It still does exist.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes.
does, it does,
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
Is comedy paying?
Well,
Yes, paying, but enough. No.
no,
Okay.
yeah,
Paying, yes, it
exactly.
is
You
paying.
need
It
to
is
be
paying, you know.
specific about
You need to be
Mm.
specific.
Okay.
Is it paying? Yes, but enough.
It's not paying enough.
Yeah,
But I mean, you're stuck in there for a long haul.
yeah, we've been doing this for 13 years. Yeah, it means we found our way to it.
pioneering an industry. It's like when you were starting radio, I doubt it was paying you what you're earning now. So when we were starting comedy, it was in a time where it was not easy to make comedy shows in Rwanda at the
No.
time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we were just passionate about it, and we felt
Still
there was-
are. Yeah.
yeah, we still are. And we felt that there was a future there, and comedy is just that thing that pulls you, and you work on it, and you work on it, and you know it's going to pay off. Just like when you were doing radio, and the young Jesse who was not getting paid and showing up to the station, doing
Probably
shows,
wants to be
maybe
adopted, you
Yeah.
know, because the life
get
is
a
tough.
better life.
That life
because
was
he
hard.
cannot get on the morning show he's doing.
Nah.
The only morning show he's doing is 12 a.m. in the morning. you know, yeah.
you know,
But
yeah.
now look, you know where he is now. So you know things. You build things, and you get to reap the reward and the harvest later.
Yeah. Why did you say that it was difficult at the time to do comedy in Rwanda?
Because of you know, we're still focused on reconciliation as a society, as a community, as Rwandans, based on our history. You know, we all know the Rwandan the genocide against the Tutsi. So it was a time of reconciliation, just as Rwandans. Yeah. So even the concept of understanding, I spoke to somebody who he enlightened me how doing comedy in Rwanda was a very, very bold move. You know, because when we were doing it, we didn't care.
We didn't care. We just wanted to do it.
But
you know.
you gave me an outsider's perspective, and it's like, do you guys know how bold that thing was? Like, just looking at the society that is grieving, is mourning, is trying to to reconcile, and you're like, come on, guys, let's do
all
some
go and
comedy.
laugh.
Let's just laugh. Like, what is wrong with these people? You know. So there was just that thing of parents not even understanding. You know,
What is there to laugh at?
exactly what is there to laugh at? You know, like why do you want us to come together and laugh in the first place?
Yeah.
But we were trying to make it work, and eventually it did, because right now comedy is one of the booming things that
Yeah.
even
And there was
in-
two other aspects that were not making it easy on my point of view. Infrastructure wise, which somehow it is still an issue. But infrastructure wise, we didn't have like places where to actually go and do art, you know, properly. And the other thing is, comedy was not a form of art that was being done here. It was not.
Yeah.
You know, so like to do it consistently every month, because we started like doing like monthly shows and everything, to do it and having people like at first they were like, what's going on? And then they, they start understanding. I remember this one time, Babu went on stage. He was much more young, because he's much more younger than I am.
Yep.
So he went on stage. I think you were like, what, 15?
I was 15 at
He
the
was
time.
15. He went on stage.
Yep.
15
Now,
are making
you see,
people laugh.
this Babu that you,
from high school.
this Babu that you see here is the tallest and biggest we've seen. And trust me, the ones listening, there's nothing to see.
I'm still growing.
And, like, imagine like a 15-year-old, Mike is barely the size of his head, like literally. Like he's on stage and he's talking, and there's this man stood up. It's like, why is a young man why is a young man standing in front of us grown folks?
In
because in the culture,
tradition,
in our tradition, you don't just stand up. It's not anybody that just stands up and speaks. You have to be like someone like that is well respected. And imagine that man in his mindset. He sees a young kid who's like talking about stories of pastas and things like this. Like, what is wrong with this kid?
Why am I listening to
Why
a
am I
young
listening
boy?
to him? So we went from that to people coming to shows, to people like other artists.
We should
coming
also
here,
say that
comedians.
it was a challenge at the time, because people would come to the comedy shows just to show you that you are not funny.
Yeah, people.
It is like a try not to laugh challenge.
Yeah.
So this guy comes, pays his money, and then to sit and show you that you are
can't
not.
make me laugh.
And
Yes.
even when they're mentioning our job, they're like, which means in literally English, it is almost funny.
Almost funny.
So are you the almost funny guy?
guy?
Like what? Like that is
Jenda
what
Guset.
like comedian.
Okay, where
to
does
face.
comedy come from? Because do you study to become a comedian? How do you even identify it's something within you to make people laugh?
Like no, I mean comedy is around us in everything, like it's all around us. Of course there are schools for that. There are schools for theater, schools for music. There's an international comedy school in Canada. There are schools for that if you want to learn the techniques and everything, because there's like technicalities to this. There's like really like books and stuff that are done on how to do it, but not everybody has that thing, that it factor, and comedies is a way of life. That is the way I see it. It's a way of life. It's through experience, through everything that you see, but you see it differently. It's a different point of view about life, and then you dare to speak about it, and then we all laugh about it. It's everyday life.
Yeah, it's like
not
a fun. It's like a funny side. I like to say there's this thing called the comedic mind. We might see a situation, or we might read a story or hear something, see something, and we all process it differently. I see the funny side of it, maybe you see the serious side of it, and maybe, So for example, when I was in church, because I started doing comedy in church.
Churches.
Yeah, we were
the kindest audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are doing it for Jesus.
Exactly. That's
So you were making
There's
jokes.
moving
You were
audience.
making jokes about the devil.
No. I was not focused on the devil. It's just that I was sitting. We were in Sunday school, but it was for the teens.
Yeah.
And there was this story about Jesus where he made a miracle. He was
Turning water
walking-
into wine.
No. We were not drinking alcohol yet. Those stories to be relevant. But here,
Sunday school for teens, please. They're trying to not have them
pre-teens,
drink.
Pre-teens, yeah.
Preteens, yes.
Yeah. So Jesus was walking, and I don't know. There's this guy who had some
Demons in his mind.
in his mind, and there's like, please save this guy. So Jesus chased the demons. They went into the pigs, and the pigs ran off into the water, and the guy
And then
was
they, suicide.
good. Everyone was like,
Jump off a
"Ooh,
cliff.
Yeah.
Died.
So everyone was like, yes, wow, this is beautiful. But for me, as a comedian, I was like, but wait, what about the owner of this pig?
He didn't ask for nothing.
Like, if
He was
you
just
ask
there.
him, like, how do you feel about this miracle? Because the scripture says Jesus continued this journey and he walked away, and he
Just
left.
like that.
Yeah.
After creating
What
chaos.
if he had a bar for a
What
cabins?
if the guy had like a Benz bar,
Yeah,
like he
and
was
then-
trying to sell some zingaros and stuff like that,
yeah,
like some
and they bring him news that your pigs are no more. So
He's like, why?
me,
So there's this guy.
So you see, the way people see things, and there's the way other people see things. Sometimes you might just see it in a different funny perspective.
At some point here in Rwanda, I saw an ad for like mattresses. I'm not gonna say which company. They say like, if you're newlywed, we're gonna give you like, you can come to us and then you buy this mattress and then you're gonna get a second one, and everybody's seeing it as something that is good. Me, I'm like, they've been fighting to sleep on one bed. You giving them too much. Isn't that for you pushing for divorce at this
pushing
point?
for marriage?
Are you trying to separate them?
What type of marketing?
Buy
is
one,
this?
get two.
Yeah, but me, I'm seeing
If
like
you're newlyweds, buy one, will give you 2 mattresses. It's like they've been sleeping on 2 mattresses.
for a long time.
Now
they
going
want to be on one. Now you're offering them two again.
Two
Like, what are you
Like,
trying
what
to
are
do
you
here?
trying to communicate?
What
really?
is it? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So like it's just a matter of how you see things that are that are happening.
And you
all
might
around
even insert some humor. I mean, some messages in the humor, you
Yeah.
know, and make it just more than laughter.
Yeah.
You know, which is what the Caravane du Rire is about.
Yeah.
You know, where
Caravan,
yeah, it's about more than just
Now
laughter.
he wanted you to repeat it.
Caravan,
Hey.
the what?
Caravane du Rire.
His French is
Yeah,
getting
it's
better.
getting
Unlike yours, my friend. Unlike yours. C'est prêt.
So this is a caravan of laughter in English, right?
Yes, indeed, yes.
What's the motivation for this caravan of laughter?
Well,
I will not try to pronounce it in French.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a peace building project where stand-up comedy was used as the medium to preach, because in this part of the continent, the Great Lakes region to be exact, we've been plagued with a lot of problems, instability, wars, child soldiers. This is like, we're talking about Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, so on and so forth, maybe even a little bit of Kenya. And so we wanted to unite as artists and have a voice and try to promote peace and unity between us as a people, because if you take a look at the southern of Africa, they have a way, even their language is kind of like the same. They have a type of music. Look at West Africa, look at the north of Africa. But we're going to come to the east and Central Africa, like everybody's on their own, So we as artists, as comedians, were like, how about we come together? How about it started as the Kigali International Comedy Festival. Then we had the Bujalo from Burundi. Then there was Zero Polemique from Bukavu in Congo. And we're like, okay, why don't we just put together these 3 festivals and they become the Caravan of Laughter.
Okay.
And then now our plans was to even extend to Uganda and Kenya before COVID hit. But we are still on, to do it. This year, though, we are going to do it only in Rwanda.
So you have it. It's Caravan of Laughter. What do I see here? Kenya what? What's this?
Kenya franglais.
Kenya franglais.
What's that?
You don't know it's a slang that we use, as some of the people would use to describe the language that we speak here in Rwanda. It's not Kinyarwanda, it's not English, it's not French, it's Kenya franglais. Because we have this manner of like mixing everything. Even you don't realize it when you're speaking. Like Umva. Yesterday, we need to like. Yesterday we met, but tomorrow on doit certainement discuter parce qu'on doit se voir. C'est aussi kesho basi. Kesho taonana.
Alhamdulillah.
And then we just be mixing things like, bro, like we mix English with Kinyarwanda with French. And it also it kind of like shows the richness of the culture that we have here. They buried us.
It's diverse.
It's diverse. Buried us thinking we would die, and then we're seeds, and then we grew. People went in different countries. Due to the genocide against the Tutsis. Now they came back with different backgrounds, but also fully Rwandan 100%. You meet a person like even the comedy nights in itself is filled with like. Abametis. Kids that are like half caste. Like I'm Burundian in Rwandan. Like we had like Ugandan in Rwandan. We had like Kenyan in Rwandan. Like it was like regional, but we came together with like that richness and that different like that diversity that symbolizes somehow like Kigali and Rwandans as a whole, and we put together that festival. So we did the festival not only for promoting peace and everything, and also like push forward the comedians and give them like lessons, bring comedians from other countries, and that they come in and they give courses like workshops to like young comics, and also like sometimes give out to the community a little bit. This festival is a festival.
Also stories, we invite them here so that they can see the country, go back to where they're from, and they can tell stories of Rwanda and what they have seen.
So this particular event, where is it happening? When is it happening? Who is involved in it?
It's happening on 29th of June And
Which is just next weekend.
yeah, it's next weekend. Yeah, it's on a Saturday, and it's happening at the French Institute. And yeah, like this, it's going to happen for that one day, and later on in the year, we're going to do like upcountry events in the same idea of like
The caravan,
the caravan of laughter going around and everything. And the ones that are involved in it, like in terms of you mean in terms of comedians?
Comedians who is participating, who are the artists?
Oh, like, of course, there's like the best comedians that you have here in Rwanda, including myself, Babu, Prince, Kimenyi Hervé, Muhinde, and Merci, and you add on, like artists that are from Cameroon, Sylvanie Jeng from Cameroon, very talented, very famous also, Samia Orozman, straight from France. We also have Kotilda from Uganda.
Very funny.
Yeah, we also have Chipukizi from Kenya, and we also have
Napoleon,
the
blackest.
the blackest comedian.
He's one
in
of the
Uganda.
stand-up comedy pioneers in Uganda.
Yeah.
Napoleon?
He was the director of the TV show Mike Check back in the day.
Why do you call him the blackest?
He calls himself
He
that.
calls himself because in Uganda he's black.
No, actually,
When they look at
actually, he said these are his words, by the way.
Yeah.
He said that it's true. He's the blackest comedian of all. But coming from Uganda, being black is like having a certificate. But when you travel around, you see there are different levels.
there are different levels
Yeah.
to black.
You go to Cameroon, these guys have a diploma, of blackness. But when you reach South Sudan, these guys, they are the professors.
They're the teachers.
Of black.
Yes. But it's like what we are all made in the image of God, so maybe God is blacker than him. So yeah, that's Napoleon for you.
Yeah, man. So we'll have like amazing comedians not only from the region, but also from outside this region, and just for the sake of having fun, sharing laughter, and and the ones that will be probably going for, because people are like, no, it's a Saturday, maybe I have this wedding. Come, the after party is there. We just go in.
There's an after party.
Yeah, no. The after party of the wedding.
Oh, the after party of the
It's
wedding.
The comedy show.
There's a comedy show.
Yeah.
It starts what time?
It starts at 6:30. That's when we started, and we're going to go on through the night. Yeah.
Okay. If people need more information, are there sites where they can look up for this information?
Yeah, they can search up Caravane du Rire on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, just give us a follow, give us a like. And we can also give you some tickets next week.
Oh, great.
Some people can win
Sure.
right here.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Now, just one last question. When you look at the comedy industry, where it began and where it is today, do you have a higher sense of appreciation that your efforts are actually paying off?
What do you think?
Yeah, man. I'd actually say yeah. Because I think it came to realization when we were invited at that New York Comedy Festival, even if we did not go because of visa issues. But we are looking forward to it again. These guys came from the US and they reached Rwanda. They came to check out the industry. We did a show together. One thing that they told us, we even did a documentary about it.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. It's not that different. So they saw what we do here, and how the scene is in New York, and they're like, actually, you guys are actually doing your thing. You're doing great. So what we need to do is the money part. We need to figure out the money part, but the people, as far as how people appreciate comedy, it's really grown. Be it in local Kinyarwanda, be it in English, be it in French, and we're doing more workshops. We're doing more stuff. We're doing more films. We're trying to do like everything that we can do. Maybe join even more platforms so that we can really commercialize.
Yeah, I would double down on that and say I'm very grateful about where it is as of right now, because we didn't know we would have like shows like festivals like this when we started. We didn't know we would have, for instance, Hervé Kimenyi opening up for Dave Chappelle. We didn't know we would have,
and Arthur was there,
and Arthur too, and those two guys were in like their comedy nights. We didn't know we would have. I didn't know I would go to Canada or to all those countries where I get invited, tours in France, and be on Canal Plus, on a TV that is seen by more than 30 countries. People would see me in like Ivory Coast. They're like, I've seen you. I know you. We didn't know we would get that. We didn't know we would get like shows twice a month with Gen Z happening with like a full pack audience and everything. So we didn't know we would get to that. You know, of course there are many things that needs to be changed, that needs to get better. But you know, all in all, I'm grateful, and you know, I feel very blessed.
Michael Sengazi is also called Mika, and Babu John.
Yes, that's good.
It's been a pleasure to have you. Our time is fast spent. Joy Love, the lover of love, should be coming up next with The Bridge. Kigali in the Morning comes to an end. Tomorrow I have DJ Toxic. He has the Toxic Experience. It's going to be on the Friday office party. It's going to be happening here. Do not you miss. God bless you, and bye-bye.